Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Daddy Cliff here. In today's video we are going to look at the 2024 Korea National University of Arts or Arts Major Asian Plus Scholarship Application Form. We are going to fill out this application form so that I can help some of you out there who might be interested in applying for this scholarship. But first, before I get into the details on how to go about filling out this application form, it is important for me to state here clearly because this question has been coming up very much. People have been asking if it is important to have TOPIK. TOPIK is Test of Korean Proficiency before applying for this scholarship. The answer is yes. The scholarship, AMA Plus, is a scholarship for those who want to come and do their undergraduate degree, that is a bachelor's degree or a master's degree in South Korea. So it is a scholarship for bachelor's and master's degree future applicants. It is important for me to state here clearly that 99.9% of every bachelor's degree or undergraduate degree in South Korea is in Korean language. Yes, every courses will be taught in Korean language. It is only at the level of masters in most universities, let's say probably 60% of most universities in South Korea, that you'll find courses or degree programs in English. But that does not mean that if you're going in for a master's degree at Korea National University of Arts, that does not mean that you will not need TOPIK. Even at the master's level, 99% of the courses at Korea National University of Arts are in Korean language as well. Which means if you're thinking of maybe applying for drama, acting, any of those arts program, it will be in Korean language. That is to say that TOPIK is very important when applying for this scholarship. Let's say for those who would apply with at least TOPIK level 4, 5, 6, they stand a greater chance of gaining or winning this scholarship. They stand a better chance of getting this scholarship. Let me repeat it again. Because the first thing is that you are going to a country that uses Korean language, which means out of the universities, you would have to talk to Koreans. It is equally true that you'll find a lot of Koreans who do speak English, but know that you are going to a country that uses Korean language and the courses in this university are equally in Korean language, which means you will need Korean language to learn. But the next question is, what if I don't have TOPIK? Can I still apply? Yes, you can apply. In the application guide, it says that from the 18th to the 19th of May 2023, Korean language test in cooperation with King Sejong Institute Foundation. Regardless, this test valid TOPIK score or its equivalent certificate is required if applying department requires it. That is to say that if you are applying for this scholarship from the 18th to the 19th of May 2023, you will have to sit for a Korean language test. I think it's going to be online, and the Korean language test will be organized by King Sejong Institute Foundation. But then they say regardless of the test, valid TOPIK score or its equivalent certificate is required if your applying department requires it. That is why I always tell people that before applying, think about the major you want to apply to come and study in South Korea. The next thing is ask yourself, what is the TOPIK requirement of that university? In most cases, if you see TOPIK level 4, 5, 6, know that it is highly required. Know that TOPIK is highly required. But that does not mean that you should feel discouraged. This is the thing, many people will be applying without a TOPIK score, and then because many people will not have the TOPIK score, the university wants students who can come and do their bachelor's or master's degree here in South Korea. From this test, despite the fact that they are saying that it will not replace TOPIK, from this test, if you're able to score well, that will mean that you have an ability to understand Korean language. They can equally decide to grant you an admission based on your score. I think that puts to bed that problem of, do I really need to apply with a TOPIK or not? If you're thinking of applying for this scholarship and you do not yet have a TOPIK score, go ahead and apply. It might be your lucky time and you might get the scholarship. So there is no harm in trying. Try, and maybe luck might be on your side and you'll get the scholarship. Because Another thing is you would have to come and do Korean language for 6 months. While in Korea, you would keep on improving on your Korean language because you will need it for your studies. And there is no better way in learning a language than being in that country. So being in South Korea will really help improve your Korean language. I'm saying it as somebody who's been in Korea for a very long time and I speak Korean language. So it's based on my own personal experience. Apply if you do not yet have a TOPIK score and you might succeed. Especially if you have the other items that are, especially if you have maybe a good high school degree score or a GPA, you have a great bachelor's degree score on your transcript and other documents that might be required for the admission. It might help you in the scholarship. So do not worry too much about this issue of having a TOPIK score or not. That being said, before we continue, please, if you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, why not begin by hitting that subscribe button and then make sure you turn on all notifications. In that way, you will always be informed whenever I upload scholarship videos, either here in South Korea where I live or in other parts of the world, like maybe in the United States, Canada, Europe, and other parts of the world. There are other videos on the channel like this one. This is the KAIST ITTP scholarship that is currently ongoing right now. This is the DAT scholarship in Germany. There is the graduate research scholarship in Australia, Melbourne University. This is another scholarship called Scottish Power Scholarship to study in the UK. And then you have other videos on the Global Korea Scholarship, which is a very popular scholarship here in South Korea. And this is a video on how to fill out the application form. There are a lot of videos here on the channel that you might want to check. These are other videos on the GKS. This is a video on scholarship in Australia. This is a scholarship that is currently ongoing at Seoul National University. This other video might interest those who want to study in Canada. So why not go through the channel and then look at it. Maybe you might find something that might be of interest to you. There are equally playlists. You might just want to look at the playlist and maybe you might find something that might be of interest to you. That being said, let's get into the business of today, which is that of filling out the application form for AMA Plus for the Arts Major Asian Plus Scholarship. Before we get into filling out this application form, it is important for me to state this. Somebody has asked if it's okay to fill out the application form with a pen. I will advise that you fill it out on a computer because the problem is that Koreans use Korean language. It's not everyone who is vested with English. Use a computer so that they will be able to see the letters well in English, because you can either fill it out in English or in Korean language. But I'm guessing that a majority of those who will be applying for this scholarship will fill it out in English. Use your computer, and before you use your computer to fill it out, know that they've given you guides here. Like up here is in Korean language and then down here is in English. So they've told you what to do. Spell as it is on your passport. But before you do that, you have to delete this one first and then spell out your name. It doesn't matter if you spell it out all in capital letters, John, and then make sure you change it to Times New Roman. If you don't change it to Times New Roman, it's okay. Leave the default font 11 and then come here and change it to automatic so that it will be visible. And then other given names as it is in the passport, Doe Thomas. It's just a fabricated name that I'm using. It doesn't matter, you can use the other default font, but in most cases we use Times New Roman. So next thing is date of birth. Like I said, those things are just there to guide you when filling out the application form. You need to delete them. 0506. Like I said, the default is always good to make it visible. And then here is passport number. So you write the passport number on your passport. The picture here, you would only put the picture at the very end of your application. Print out the application form, put the picture and then scan it, because you would have to upload this application form online when the application will start. Here, nationality, let's say India. Expiration date of passport. For sex, just write M, capital M. It's enough. Married, single, choose one. If you have a home phone number, put it here, beginning with the country code, area code or number code. And then if you have a mobile phone, put it here. For example, since I am in South Korea, I will use that of South Korea. Since I don't have any home phone number, I'll leave it like that. Next thing is the email. Next one is the address. If you're in Korea, you can write your Korean address, because those who are in Korea can equally apply for this. So I'll write Daegu, Namgu, Bondok, Ro, like that. The next thing is for you to write down the city. The city is Daegu. The country is South Korea. So let's say you are in India, you would have to write down the city where you live at in India, and then the country is India, and then you have to write the postal code. Let's say the postal code is 152. Remember to always make them visible, because by default it's not visible. Let's go to number 2. So number 2, you have to write the program. If you are applying for a BA, then write a BA. If you are applying for an MA, then write an MA. Let's say I want to apply for a BA in acting. What you need to do is, if you are applying for a BA, you write BA undergraduate. If you are applying for an MA, write MA graduate. So we will delete it and then write BA undergraduate. And then now the next thing is the school. If you go to the application guide, this is the application guide on page 15. You would find the different departments and the majors. So if you look here, you see department, vocal music. The major is opera singing. They offer it at the level of Bachelors of Arts and Master of Arts. Since we want to study acting, we have to look for acting. So we will go down and look for acting. This is acting. We call it in Korean Yeongi. They offer it both at the bachelor's and master's level, and you need at least TOPIK level 6. You have here the department is acting. You can go down there and write department acting. And then major, you have 2. You have acting as a major both at the bachelor's and master's level. You equally have drama, theater for the young, Master of Fine Arts. This one is offered only at the level of masters. So since we want to do a BA in acting, we will have to go and write major acting. So here you will write acting. But remember, we've not yet written school. On this document, there is nothing like school. So if you leave it like that, there is no problem. In most cases, you would have it in the form of division, but it's not written there. So you leave it like that. It's not a problem. If they wanted it, they would have given you a hint, like they've given hint here in Korean language and in English. If you want, you can actually delete all of the items in Korean, but know that when you print it like this, it will not come out visible, so it will not affect your writing. It will be visible a bit, but not super visible. That's why these ones are more visible by clicking on this. The next thing is last degree. Last degree here, when they say last degree, they want to know if you've had any other degree before. If you've had it, good. If you've not had it, it's okay. So let's say if you've had an associate degree, that's why you have AD here. If you have a BA, write BA. If you have an MA, write MA. If you have a diploma, write any of them. But if you don't have it, it's okay. Mother tongue. If English is your mother tongue, write English. And always remember to make it visible. The next one is Korean proficiency, TOPIK. You have to write the TOPIK level score. You have to write the TOPIK level and the score. So let's say you have TOPIK level 5. You write 5, and then in bracket you would write maybe 200 point on a scale of 250. This is just an example. You should have your TOPIK score on your TOPIK certificate. And then if you have any other English test, maybe TOEFL, IELTS, TOEIC, you need to write them down. So let's say I have IELTS. I'll write it down, and then remember to always make it visible by clicking on the A up there. Even for this one, we'll do the same thing, and then you proceed to the next one. Number 3 is document submission checklist. I always advise people to do their document submission checklist at the very end, when they know that they've already prepared every necessary document and they just want to maybe post their documents to South Korea, or maybe apply online. Because remember, this scholarship application will be done online as well before you send the documents. You have personal statement. If you've already written your personal statement, you can come and tick it. In this case, you see that it's not coming out. Like you want to check it out, it's not happening. What do? What will be the solution? There is a simple solution that I'm going to tell you how to get a check the tick sign. To find the check sign, you need to go to insert, and then here you would find symbols, and then more symbols. You would have to type windings. Once you type windings, you would find the sign here. All you need to do is take it and then take insert. You'll find that it's here. You can now copy it and then use it everywhere you want. It doesn't really matter if it's not in the center. All they need to know is that you've provided the document by seeing that check sign. So if you have all of the documents, all you need to do is click on the check sign. If you have all the documents, all you need to do is put the check sign. In case you don't have topic, all you need to do is delete it and send it like that without topic. The next one is number 4, educational information. They say below listed degree diploma certificate should be submitted with apostille. Now there is this question that keeps on coming about apostille. An apostille cannot be done by everyone. It can only be done by those who are in the Hague of Convention of Apostille Country. South Korea is a member of the Apostille Convention of Countries, so you can do an apostille in Korea. But for most other countries, if you cannot do an apostille, you have to do an authentication of your documents. An apostille or authentication is simply to prove that your documents are not fake, which means you would have authorities who would put stamps on those documents to prove that they are not fake. So you would have to apostille your degree, diploma or certificates and transcripts. Those are in most cases the 2 documents that will be apostille. In some cases, a document that proves your nationality, especially if you're applying for the Global Korea Scholarship. Now, number 4, it is important for me to state that number 4 will be filled out by those who are applying for a bachelor's degree. But for those who are applying for a master's degree, they will fill out number 4 and number 4.1. But if you are applying only for a bachelor's degree, you don't need to fill out 4.1. So let's say you went to high school. It is written here, graduate, attend. If you have graduated, then you have to write graduate. If you are still attending, you've not yet graduated, because you can apply pending graduation, then you should write attend. I hope that one is clear. So let's say you've graduated. The next thing that you need to do is write down the year by following the year, month, day that you started, and then year, month, day that you graduated. In some countries, high school is 3 years, so you would have to write the 3 years. For example, let's say you started high school in 2019 02/28, and then maybe you graduated in 2022 03, and the day is 23rd. You have to write that down, and always remember to make it visible by going up here. Next thing, you have to write the name of the high school. We'll write Mumbai High. Like I said, always remember to make it more visible by going up here, selecting and going up there. And then major. What did you study in your major? Some people did sciences in some countries, some people did arts. I don't think there is any major like acting. So you can simply say arts, because this university is for arts students. You would have to look at your high school document, your certificate, to know what to write there as a major. Location was in Mumbai, India. The next one is 4.1. This one is for those who are applying for a graduate degree. If you are applying to come and do your master's, that's when you would have to fill this out. For example, here you will say Mumbai National University. If you are applying for a bachelor's degree, you don't need to fill this one. So let's say you did acting. The degree would be BA in acting. Is it a public or a private? Public means it's owned by the government. Since we wrote Mumbai National University, we have to write public. And then, is it a college? Is it a university? So you would say college or university, and then number of years that spent. Was it 2 years? Was it 4 years? Now, number 5 is academic transcript. They want you to convert it to a CGPA. That's on a scale of 100. So let's go to the form and look at it. Let's say you attended a university or maybe a high school where the grade point is on a scale of 4.0, or maybe you went to a high school or university where the grade point is 4.3, and then some people might have gone to a university where the grade point is on a scale of 4.5, and in some countries you might find 5.0 scale. You need to convert any of this one to the 100-point scale. So let's say you went to a university where the GPA is on a scale of 4.0, and maybe you had a GPA that is between 3.24 to 3.31. That will mean on a scale of 100 points you have 87. You would have to write but that 87. But look at this. Here it says your first year of high school, second year of high school, and third year of high school. So let's say, for example, your first year of high school, you actually went to a high school that is on a scale of 4.0, and then maybe your result was 3.22. You have to indicate what was your position. Maybe you were first, second, third. You have a position that you had in class. Maybe you were on the number 10th position, you write 10th. And then maybe the second year of high school, you had 3 points, and then maybe you were number 11, you write 11th. On the third year, you had 3.55, you did well, and then maybe here you were 5th. You have to convert all of these things. Since it's on a scale of 4, remember it was on a scale of 4, you have to indicate that it was on a scale of 4.0. You have to go here. You have to go and look on that conversion table. 3.22, where does it fall? It is somewhere here between 3.15 to 3.23. That will mean you had 86. You go there and write 86. Next one is 3.21. You have to check 3.21. Where does it fall? That same area between 3.15 to 3.23. You still have to go and write the same number. And then the next one is 3.55. 3.55. This is 3.49 to 3.57. That will mean you had 90. The conversion is that simple. Now, for those who are applying to come and do a master's degree, they would have to fill out this place. If you are applying to come and do a bachelor's degree, you would end here at the level of high school. You don't have to fill this out. In case you already did a bachelor's degree, then you would have to fill this out. So let's say on a scale of 4.5, that is, your university was using a scale point of 4.5, and you spent 4 years to do your bachelor's degree, you would have to fill out from 1 to 4. But if you did 5 years, you would have to fill out 1 to 5. So let's say here you had 2.55 on a scale of 4.5. Here you had 2.99 on a scale of 4.5. Let's say you had 3.00 on a scale of 4.5, and then here you had 4.1 on a scale of 4.5. You'd have to write it out like that. And then if you had positions as well, in some cases it equally applies up here. Maybe you were number 22 out of maybe 50 students in your class. You write it out like that. You can still write it out here like that for those who did high school. If you know the number, you can write it out like that. If you have it, then fill it out. If you don't have it, it's okay. You have to write it out like that. And then after writing the grade like this, you have to convert it to the scale of 100. This is where we will focus, 4.5. So let's go down and look for 2.88. If you look here, strange enough, it's not there. In the case where it's not there, write the last one, 80. And then the next one is 2.99. It is between 2.91 to 3. You would equally have to write, that is 80. You would equally have to write 80. The next one is 3.00. If you go back to the conversion, it is here. The next one is 4.01 on a scale of 4.5. If you go here, 4.01 to 4.05, it's 91. You go there and write 91. That is as far as conversion of CGPA is concerned. In case the total number of years for your BA was 5 years, then you have to fill out number 5, but we will end there. Now, if you go down here, you would find this information. They want you to accumulate all of this information. Do not worry about converting this thing into the point system. If you go to the document that was provided, this document, you would find down here, if you go down here, it says When grade or rank is not provided in official transcript or CGPA convention is not possible, the official document from the institution describing the grading system must be added. In most documents, the grading system has been explained. All you need to do is just provide those documents. If you don't have it, don't worry, because the problem is that if you go and try to convert this thing, if you go and try to total it, you might commit an error. Just leave it as it is. Let them look at your transcript. In most cases, transcript have an explanation. Number 6 is portfolio. Portfolio here simply means you have something to prove that, for example, you want to apply for acting. Have you been acting? Provide maybe videos or links, something that will prove that you've been acting. So for example, here it says DVD. If you have a CD, provide a CD. If you have a DVD, provide a DVD. How many do you have? Maybe you have 30 different CDs. Just put it like that. And then now the title of the work. What were you doing? What role were you playing? What is the title of the DVD? What is the title of the thing that you were acting on? You have to write it down. And then you equally have to write the date it was produced. Just select one and then write the date, or select the best one and write the date. It is very important. If you're acting in most of these programs that you'll be applying for, you have to provide proof that you've been doing these things. It will help in your application. Next one is honor numeric. That's language proficiency. That's number 7. Do you have TOPIK? Yes. If you have TOPIK, you would write level 4, and then you have to write the date. When did you take it? When did you write TOPIK? It's on this TOPIK certificate. You write the year, the month, the day, level of proficiency. Remember, we filled out something like that. If you don't write the level here, you can say maybe you had 125 on a scale of 150. It's on the document, and then here you can write the level. English. Do you have an English certificate? If you have IELTS, write it down. If you have TOEFL, write it down, and then write the score, maybe 6.5. You have to write down the date that the test was taken. They want to know the proficiency. It's not important. Leave it like that. It's not written anywhere on the document. Next one is list of recommenders. Who is going to recommend you? Is it going to be your high school teachers, professors during your BA? Write down their names. Let's say number 1, Ali Mohammed. Position, teacher or professor. Organization, Mumbai High School. If it is somebody with whom you're working at and he has a company, you have to write down the name of the company and then the phone number, and then provide their emails. Number 2, same thing. You have to know the number of recommenders that is needed for this scholarship. So you have to read the application guide. For this scholarship, the total number of recommenders is supposed to be 3. We will write the names. Remember, these are not real emails or names. I'm just formulating them. Career or awards. If you've had career awards, if you've worked somewhere, career or awards means maybe after graduation from high school, you were able to work. You need to write down the date that you started working, the institution or the company that you were working for, and then what was your position, and then maybe any extra information that you feel might be of importance. Then you write it down there. I'm not going to fill out that one. So let's say you graduated high school and then you worked for like 2 years, or you graduated from university and worked for like 2 or 3 years. You have to fill out if you've been changing companies or jobs, you have to write the different years that you've moved from one job to another. So you write the first one, write the second one, write the third one, or write the fourth one. It depends. Make sure you write everything. They want to just see if you've had experience. It will help in your application. Do not leave out anything, but don't lie. Make sure if you're writing something, you should probably have a document to prove it if they ask. Next one is family information. Family information means, for example, you have a sister, you write down a sister, and then you write down the name, Anna, and then date of birth. You write the day, the month, the year, address and phone number. If the person had gone to school or maybe is working, write any of the information that is up here. If the person is still going to school, write the information. If the person is a worker, has a profession, write it down. If you have a brother, write down brother. If you want, you can write down father, you can write mother, you can begin with mother, you can begin anywhere, it's okay, no problem. But you have to provide the other information right up here. I'm not going to fill out this because this is easy to understand. And then you have to confirm that the information that you've provided up is true. There's no falsehood. So you begin by writing the year. We are in 2023 and the date of today is, the month is the 3rd month and the day is 08. Remember, you have to make it visible. And then you have to write the name. Write down your name, John Doe Thomas. Once you're done with this document, you have to print it out and then sign with a pen. You would have to scan it and upload during the application process. So the signature can only be done once you've printed it out. The next one is personal statement. For the personal statement, you would have to write down your name, John Doe Thomas, and then country, India, course. What do you want to study? Is it a BA? Is it an MA? You write BA, undergraduate. Then field of study, school, department, major. You can find all of that on the application guideline. School, major, degree. School, major, degree. Even though they say department, you can write school. Fill out that information and then you have to write your personal statement. You have to fill out your personal statement. It is 12 point here. Make sure you use the space that is given to you, first and second page. There's no point in writing too much information. And then you have to write the date that you wrote your personal statement, even the last date. That write it whenever you know that it's convenient for you. Write that date. So you, for example, the date of today is 2023. Write down your name. Remember, you can only sign after you must have printed. And in the online application portal, there's a section where you have to upload only your personal statement. The next one is study plan. You would equally upload only your study plan in that section. Now the next one is study plan. You have to equally do the same thing. Write your name, full name. Your country is India. Next one is, if you're applying for a BA, write BA undergraduate. If you're applying for an MA, write MA graduate. Let's stick with what we've been doing before, BA undergraduate. This is school plus department. You can go and look here on this document. Go and look for your major. Like I said, school is always the department and this is the major. And then this is the degree type, BA or MA. And then you would have to write your study plan. You have things that you have to write here: goal of study or subject of research, and detailed study plan. In this document, you're going to tell them your plan on how you will go about studying until you achieve or obtain your degree certificate. You break it into semesters. And the best way to do this is to go to the university's website. If you want to study acting, look at how the courses have been broken down. Based on the course outline for acting, use it to draw your study plan. That is a tip that I can give you. So look at the total number of courses that you would do during either your BA or MA, and then try to divide them into semester and explain how you think you would go about studying and passing all of those courses. For example, if you're doing a master's degree means you have 4 semesters. You tell them how you will go about doing your master's within that 4 semesters and making sure that you will succeed. If you're doing a bachelor's degree, it's 4 years in Korea. You have to go and look at the course outline for a bachelor's degree and tell them how you plan about studying all of those courses and succeeding. So that's how they say goal of study, your future plan, even after studying. What do you plan to do? Leave Korea or move to another country? Or maybe you plan to contribute to ODA while and after in Korea. So you have to think about all of that. A study plan and personal statement are private things. They are based on one's own perception. A personal statement is based on the information that have been provided here, which means you have to look at it and then write what you think about, for example, study background, your hopes, what you wish to obtain from this program, your education and work experience, For example, you were educated, you had some work experience, what were the shortcomings, and how you feel this program that you want to study will help you overcome the shortcomings when you were working. Then your motivation for applying for this program, you have to tell them what motivates you. Maybe you think that after doing this program, it is going to help you solve maybe some problems back in your home country. You have to think about all of that, and then you equally have to tell them why you think you really want to study. You have to give them a reason for studying at K Arts. There are many reasons that you can talk about. For example, it's a national university. It has produced a lot of prominent actors in South Korea. You have to do your research and try to write something that will be very convincing, but do not lie, because your personal statement and study plans will be used for interview, which means if you're writing something, make sure you remember everything that you've written. It will be used for the interview. I'm repeating. So when you look at the study plan, they've given you 2 pages as well. You would equally have to write the date, name, and then sign when you've printed it out. Remember, all of these documents should be typed on the computer and then print them out and then just sign, and then later on you scan them, upload them to the online application portal once admission or the online application starts. Next one is personal medical assessment. Do you have allergies? Simply say no. Remember, you have to make them visible. So you can simply copy this. You'll be pasting on every corner. Do you have blood pressure? No. If you have it, say yes. Do you have tuberculosis? No. Don't lie. If you have HIV, say yes. By default, most of it will be no, no, no. They've said here, if yes to any item above, please explain in detail. You have to write it down there. But before doing that, you need to select all of these and then select the central button for it to go to the center. Again, if you have said yes anywhere, you have to explain in detail down here by typing. They say applicants are not required to undergo an authorized medical exam before the announcement of final grantees. However, all final grantees must submit a certificate of health by a medical doctor which proves the result of number 1, 6 made within 6 months as of the date of announcement, immediately after the announcement. So know that you would have to do a test, and then you have to write the date. Again, same thing, year, month, date, your name, and then signature. Once you've printed out the document, you print, scan, keep on your computer. Once the online admission starts, you have to upload all of those documents. Now at the section of letters of recommendation, what you need to do is write down your name. I'm going to say this again because people keep on asking me questions on this. John Doe Thomas, and then country, India. Course, Bachelor of Arts, BA, undergraduate. Next one is course, acting, and then school. You have to go to this document and look at it. Like I said, this is the school, this is a course or major, and this is the degree type. And then here, it is important for me to say here that the first section is for the applicant's information. And then here is your last school. You have to write Mumbai High School. And then now the second part is the recommender, the person recommending you. We've already provided 3 recommenders. They are supposed to write their full name, their title. We gave teacher, the institution, we gave Mumbai High School. If you know that they are at Mumbai High School, you need to know their institution or where they work currently. They will provide their email, they will provide their address, they will provide their telephone number, because they can be contacted. And then how long they have known you, the person applying for the scholarship. They have to say, I've known this student for maybe 3 years during his or her high school period. They have to write it down there. Next thing is the person has to fill out this information. Your academic achievement, what does he think? Are you excellent, good, average, or below average? Future academic artistic potential, they have to write it good. They have to write it excellent, good, average, below average. They have to fill out all of this information. They have to say either excellent, good, average, below average. Let's hope that they will say good everywhere, like by saying maybe yes, or yes, or maybe okay, no problem. It doesn't matter. They have to fill out all that information. They have to talk about your leadership skill. Yes, excellent, yes. They have to say if they think you are a good leader. The next one now is they have to provide some information. Please provide us with comments on the applicant's performance record, potential, or personal qualities which you believe will be helpful in considering the applicant's application for the proposed degree program. They have to write something about you that will make your application stand. So talk to your teachers and tell them to help you get the scholarship. What they write will be of importance in you getting the scholarship. So this is just for one teacher. I have to say that this is for one teacher. The next one is you have to provide these documents, 3 of them. The first one, let's say if you go back up there, remember up here we provided Ali Mohammed and Ali Ahmed. So the first one was, I think, Ali Mohammed. We have to write Mohammed, or Mohammed has to write this form and then answer all of the questions that we talked about down here. And then the second form will be filled out by Ali Ahmed. He has to equally fill it out and talk about these things that are down here, what he thinks. And then the last one was, I think, Peter Sands. He equally has to answer it and talk about what he thinks about you and write something down here. So don't be confused. You have to fill out the top section, the applicant, and then the recommender will fill out. So you have 3 different recommendations from 3 different people with 3 different names in this area, and then they will write what they think about you individually. Don't get confused. And then they will write the date, they will write their name, and then they will sign. So after typing all of it on the computer, like I said, it's better to do it on the computer. They will then print it out and then sign and then give it to you. As per the KARTS online application, you have to upload the documents online, but they've requested informations. As it is important for me to say that even after they must have filled it out and signed, they can give it to you. They can put it in an envelope and give it to you. They can give it to you like that. You will post it to courier, but before posting it, you will scan it, and then when the online application starts, you will upload it in the area where you would see recommendation letter. You upload the recommendation letters. You cannot fake it, because remember up here they had to provide their information like email, institution name, address, telephone number. The university can actually call them to verify if they actually wrote this thing. So if you want to like fake anything here, know that they would know. And then the next one is the letter of consent. You will have to write down your name and then your date of birth, and then you sign. Remember, you can only sign after you must have printed out the form. Remember that the letter of consent is to authorize them to seek for any information that they would want from you. They can release it anywhere. So if you fake anything, you'll be in problem. Here you have to write down your name and then your date of birth, your country, your sex, male or M, high school. You can either write high school or BA. For those who are applying for a master's degree, they will write BA. For those who are applying for a BA, that's a bachelor's degree, they will write high school. For those who are applying for an MA, they will write BA undergraduate, and then they will write the name of the high school. For example, Mumbai High School or Mumbai National University. If you are applying for a master's degree, do not get confused. Next one is the school department that you were at in the high school, or maybe for your undergraduate degree. And then school phone number. Did you graduate? Indicate yes by checking. Remember, I told you how to go get the check signed. Did you get transferred to another school? You have to indicate your period of enrollment, the number of years that you were in the high school or the number of years that you were in the university doing your BA. For those who are applying for a BA to come and study in Korea, they will write the number of years in the high school. In most cases, high school is 3 years. The start and end year of high school. For those who are applying for an MA, they will have to write the start and end year of their undergraduate degree. It is very important that you remember that. They say verification. And then this last section here should be filled out by your principal or your registrar in your school. That brings us to the end of this application form. In case you have any questions, please let me know. But remember, if you know you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. And in case you have any problem, remember you can always contact KARTS. The admission department in this university is always ready to respond to every query that you might have. Email them if there is anything that you feel like you don't understand. They will always respond, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.